Psychology of relationships. Everyone should know this. Hi all. Today we will dive into the fascinating and extremely important world of relationship psychology. And if you've ever wondered why some relationships seem so easy and joyful while others constantly require effort, then this episode is for you. Every relationship is unique, but there are certain psychological principles that help us understand the dynamics of interaction between people. Today we will look at what is behind our emotions, reactions, and choices in relationships and why it is so important to understand this. We'll learn how to build deeper, more meaningful connections, avoid common pitfalls, and most importantly, how to be happier in your relationships. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss our further discussions. Now, let's begin our journey into the world of relationship psychology. 1. The principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity is a basic principle that implies that a person who receives something from another feels an internal pressure or desire to reciprocate. In the context of interpersonal relationships, this means that demonstrating care, attention, and respect leads to a desire to reciprocate. Reciprocity strengthens bonds by creating a positive cycle of exchange and gratitude. It is a key element in building trusting and deep relationships because people feel valued and important to their partners. 2. The principle of social exchange. This principle states that interpersonal relationships can be analyzed in terms of costs and benefits, which include not only material, but also emotional, social, and psychological aspects. People strive for relationships that bring more positive emotions and satisfaction than negativity and disappointment. Satisfaction occurs when the benefits, love, support, satisfaction of needs, exceed the costs, conflicts, investment of resources, emotional stress. Understanding this balance can help determine which relationships are worth nurturing and which ones need to be rethought. 3. The principle of attachment. Attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby, plays a central role in understanding interpersonal relationships. She explains how early relationships with caregivers shape our expectations and behavior in adult relationships. There are several attachment styles: secure, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized. A secure attachment is characterized by confidence in the relationship and comfort with intimacy and independence. In contrast, anxious and avoidant styles can lead to relationship problems such as mistrust, fear of rejection, or an inability to maintain intimacy. Working on your own attachment style can greatly improve your personal relationships. 1. The principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity is a basic principle that implies that a person who receives something from another feels an internal pressure or desire to reciprocate. In the context of interpersonal relationships, this means that demonstrating care, attention, and respect leads to a desire to reciprocate. Reciprocity strengthens bonds by creating a positive cycle of exchange and gratitude. It is a key element in building trusting and deep relationships because people feel valued and important to their partners. 4. The principle of communicative competence. Communicative competence is the ability to interact effectively and appropriately in various social contexts. Within relationships, this principle emphasizes the importance of clear, open, and honest communication. It's not just the words we choose that matter, but also our tone, demeanor, and nonverbal cues. Effective communication also includes active listening, which allows partners to feel heard and valued. Mastering this principle includes learning to discuss conflicts without escalation, expressing emotions without blaming, and listening without bias. 5. The principle of emotional responsiveness. Emotional responsiveness is the ability to understand, share, and respond to another person's emotional needs. In healthy relationships, this manifests itself through empathy and support, where partners can comfort each other in times of stress or sadness. This principle also includes the ability to enjoy the successes and positive moments of a partner, thereby maintaining a positive atmosphere in the relationship. Developing emotional responsiveness promotes deep emotional connection, which is the foundation for strength and satisfaction in relationships. 6. The principle of mutual adaptation. Mutual adaptation refers to the ability of partners to change their behavior and expectations for better compatibility and harmony in the relationship. This does not mean complete self-denial or loss of individuality, but rather a willingness to compromise and change that takes into account the needs and desires of both partners. Adaptation may include changing plans, adjusting personal habits, or even reconsidering some aspects of life. Successful mutual adjustment requires openness, flexibility, and a willingness to work on yourself, which are key to long-term satisfaction in a relationship. 7. The principle of having boundaries. Defining and respecting personal boundaries in interpersonal relationships is critical to maintaining the health and well-being of everyone involved. Boundaries can be emotional, physical, intellectual, or temporary. Having a clear understanding of what is and isn't acceptable in your relationship helps prevent conflict and misunderstandings. Effective boundary setting allows people to feel safe and respected, which promotes openness and honesty in communication. 8. Principle of validation and recognition. Validation is the recognition and acceptance of another person's feelings, thoughts, and emotions as meaningful and real. In relationship psychology, this means that partners actively demonstrate understanding and support for each other's experiences without resorting to evaluation or judgment. This principle not only strengthens the emotional connection between partners, but also increases the level of trust and security in the relationship. Validation involves active listening and responses that show that you value your partner's experiences, even if your experiences or opinions differ. 9. The principle of positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement in a relationship means recognizing, encouraging, and rewarding a partner's desired behavior, which encourages its repetition. This may include compliments, gratitude, attention, or any other act that conveys recognition and approval. This principle is based on behavioral theory, which states that actions that are positively reinforced are more likely to be repeated. In relationships, positive reinforcement can promote more harmonious and supportive interactions, strengthening the bond and ensuring that partners' needs are mutually met.